Hi, I'm Louise from A2A Training. I'll talk to you today about the Learning and Development Practitioner Level 3 Endpoint Assessment. So the Learning and Development Practitioner EPA has two assessment methods. The first is the work-based project with professional discussion, and the second is the presentation based on the learning journal. At Gateway, you'll complete your normal forms as well as uploading your learning journal and a 500-word overview of what your project will be based on. So the work-based project will be assessed with the professional discussion, and the project needs to be a substantive piece of work requiring the implementation of a learning and development solution to a real business problem. It should be based on a real activity done in your job role. The delivery phase of the project must be recorded and submitted as an appendix to the project, and the recording should be between 2 and 7 hours. And you might wish to break the recordings into 1-hour sections for ease of upload to our portal. You've 4 months maximum after Gateway to submit the project report and supporting evidence. The professional discussion then needs to be completed within 4 weeks of submission of the project report, and this is normally completed online using Zoom or Teams. So the word count for the project report is 2,250 words with a 10% tolerance. That excludes tables, graphs, figures, references and annexes. The minimum word count is 2,025 with a maximum of 2,475. If you do go over the word count, our assessors will stop marking at 2,475 words. The report should give an overview of how the project was delivered at each of the training cycle stages, the actions and decisions taken, and the delivery outputs achieved. So the second part of the endpoint assessment is the presentation and question answers based on the learning journal. So right from the beginning of the apprenticeship, the apprentice will start developing their learning journal, and this activity will continue throughout the apprenticeship right up to EPA Gateway. The apprentice is encouraged to be creative in the methods used to create and record the journal, which may include things such as blogs, video diaries and social media. Rather than specifying exact timings for journal entries, these can be made at any point and when relevant events take place. So the aim is that the apprentice will reflect on activities where key learning has taken place, and these should be aligned to the KSBs for the standard that are detailed in the assessment plan. Typically, entries should happen every 4 weeks or so to ensure an ongoing appraisal of their learning journey. The learning journey will be an opportunity to record feedback from others via email or other statements and allow apprentices to reflect and learn. So during the endpoint assessment, apprentices will deliver a 20-minute presentation on 3 chosen examples from the learning journal. These should cover how they've developed their L&D practice, perhaps what they do now or things that they do differently as a result, and how they've developed best practice in that area. These themes should link these examples to the relevant underpinning theories and models. The presentation will be followed by a 20-minute question and answer session with the endpoint assessor. So in terms of grading for this apprenticeship, there's pass, distinction or merit options available depending on the grades awarded for each of the elements of the endpoint assessment. So you'll need to be in a room on your own to complete your endpoint assessment, and this can be completed from work, home or at your college or training provider. Please log in around 15 minutes early to check your connection, and always check the requirements of the assessment plan, and any changes to the assessment plan must be adhered to. Allow around 2 hours for your endpoint assessment and allow time for assessment, breaks and contingency. Please remember to bring photographic ID on the day of your endpoint assessment, such as a passport or driver's licence. We try to release results within 7 working days of all assessment components being completed. Good luck with your endpoint assessment, and here's our email address should you need us.